What's up, guys? It's Eric, aka Geo, in the Discord for Team DDD, and today I'm going to be giving you a deck profile on my Paleo Frogs. I took this deck to locals today, got first place, went undefeated. I played Invoke Shaddoll, Salamangreat, and Virtual World, and won against those. The deck's really fun. I've been playing Paleo Frog for a while. I'm really happy with the list that I have going right now. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys here. And I want to give a thank you for Team DDD for letting me put this on their channel. Remember to subscribe to them. And let's get into the deck profile. So we start out with the Frog. We have 3 Swap, 3 Dupe, and 2 Ronin Totem. This is pretty much standard for every Frog deck. The ratio for that's not going to change. That's pretty much the best way you can play Frogs with this engine. I mean, it works. Swap Frog lets you dump, when it's summoned, it lets you send a Frog monster from your deck to your grave. And that's what you'll pretty much just dump Ronin Totem. And he also has a second effect that he can bounce back to the hand to give you an extra normal summon of a Frog. So he's really, really good. And Dupe Frog, while he's on the field, you can only attack it. And if it's sent to the field to the grave, you can add a Frog from your deck to your hand, which will pretty much just add Swap Frog. And then Ronin Totem's effect is when it's in the grave, you can banish another Frog and special summon it. It just can't be used as a synchro monster, which doesn't matter because you just go to Toad in this deck with it. Or you just only get off it most of the time. You just go into Toad. And then that's the Frogs. And then for the last 3 monsters in the deck are 3 barrier statues. I mean, this card is the MVP. It basically won me the Virtual World match I played today. If you just summon this and protect it, there's nothing that they can do. Because all they can do is just normal summon a Virtual World monster and try and attack over it. But if you just get rid of that monster or stop the attack, like, they're just going to lose. They can't do anything against it. That's all the monsters in the deck. And then for the spells, play 3 Fury of Kairyu-shin. This card is amazing for this deck because what it does is when it's activated, you can add Torrential Tribute from your deck to your hand, which is crazy to think that Torrential even has a search card right now. But you can add Torrential from your deck to your hand, and then it has a graveyard effect. If a water monster would be destroyed by a card effect you control, you can banish this from the grave instead. And the great thing about this is that it doesn't even activate, so it doesn't start a chain link. So there's nothing that they can really do outside of DD Crow to stop it, because you just banish it. So they summon a monster, and you have, let's say, just Barrier Statue, and you have Torrential set while this is in your grave. You just activate Torrential, and then you just banish this. It protects your monster. So this card's really amazing. And then 3 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires is just really good in this deck because, I mean, plus 2 cards. You love that. Nothing really much to say. There have been times where I've actually banished both Ronin Totems with this card, and then it's really hard to win to come back from that, but this card will win you more games, so, like, why not play it? And then the last spell we play is a Scapegoat. Scapegoat. It's just amazing, especially in this deck. Just link them off and, OTK. Fun times. And then we get into the trap cards of the deck. So we play 3 Dino-Miscus, 3 Canadia, and 3 Olenoides. These are the Paleos that I play. Dino-Miscus, discard a card, banish a face-up card. Canadia is a Book of Moon, and Olenoides is a MST. So, banish, book, MST. Really good. And then for the traps, play 3 Trap Trick. I know a lot of Paleo players actually only play 2 Trap Trick, which I really never understood that because this just gives you multiple copies of the plethora of normal traps you're already playing. So 3 is the way I would play it. And then I played Torrential, but I actually only play 2 because it is searchable now with Fury. I don't see a point in playing 3. 3 is just a little too much. And then I play 3 Compulse. Compulse is amazing. The fact that you can just activate it anytime. You can trigger your paleo traps anytime with these 2. And then I played 2 Ice Dragon's Prison. I would play a 3rd, but I only have 2. This card, actually, I didn't see much at all today when I played the tournament, but it's still an amazing card. I mean, it's Ice Dragon's Prison. Then the last 3 cards in the deck are 3 Reckless Greed. I was playing this deck without Reckless Greeds, but when I've been testing it with Reckless Greed, it's overperformed. I mean, this card is amazing. If you have one of these and you have Trap Trick and you activate 2 of them at the same time, I mean, you just draw 4 cards. You're pretty much not going to win. I mean, lose the game after that point. Because you've just gone, like, so many pluses ahead of your opponent. And the skipping the 2 draw phases doesn't even matter. Because your deck, with all the Paleos and Ronin Totem, it just makes your cards to where it doesn't matter if you draw for turn. You can just keep recycling your cards over and over again. And it's better to just have those 2 cards when you need them instead of just waiting 2 turns to draw for your draw phase. So that's all for the main deck. And then for the extra, we have 3 Toad. Excuse me, 3 Toad. The best card in this deck. It's a Omni Negate, it special summons, and it adds a card from graveyard back to hand. It's so good. I'm glad they brought it back to 3. And then have Paleozoic Opabina, and however you pronounce that. This is just a better Zodiac Trident. And then this one just lets you get Paleo cards. And the fact that he lets you play Paleo cards or trap cards from your hand is really good. And then I have Link Spider and Link Karibo. These are for the Scapegoat tokens. When you need a Link Climb Up. Then we play Area. Most of the time don't even use her effect because not really most decks play water monsters, except for Needle Fiber. She's mostly just there because I also play Anemone. And Anemone locks you into water monsters when you use her effect, when she's Link Summon. Because when she's Link Summon, you can special summon a water monster from your graveyard. And that's how you can pretty much Link Climb, with that. And then we play Masquerena, Phoenix, and Unicorn, just because they're, staple good cards. Play Borosword. It's really easy to go into this with this deck. So you can just recycle Ronin Totem, Scapegoat tokens to, Link Climb Up. It's really good. Avramax and Zeroboros. You banish a lot of cards in this deck with Zeroboros. He can get really big. So you can beat over pretty much anything with Zeroboros. And yeah, that's the deck. Like I said, I took it to the locals today, got first place with it. I was really happy with how it performed. So yeah, if you want to try this deck out for yourself, I highly recommend it. And I want to thank Team DDD for letting me come on their channel, give a deck profile. Make sure to subscribe, join the Discord, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. And yeah, thanks.